Beyonce thing came when a friend of mine who knew her, somebody in her camp,
Okay.
and she said something supposedly.
What if the crown atop hip-hop's most celebrated mogul hides a secret ticking like a time bomb? Court dockets stamped in fresh ink say Sean JayZ Carter has until July 18th to answer one question. The world's whispered for years. Is Rhymir Satterthwaite really his son? The judge's order isn't gossip, it's law, chiseling away at a silence that's protected the Carter empire since the early 90s. Viewers lean in because legends don't usually dodge DNA tests unless the truth could shake pillars far beyond paternity. Rhymir's story begins when his mother, Wanda, swears she met a 22-year-old JayZ in 1992, the night he allegedly drove her from Philadelphia to Brooklyn. She was just 16, her claim. They hooked up, she got pregnant, and Jay vanished in 2. The boombox haze of a pre-reasonable doubt New York. For 8 childhood years. Rhymir thought another man was dad. A 2011 DNA test erased that name and left a blank space only JayZ could fill. Wanda insists she slept with just 2 men ones out, so who's left? The court's new deadline makes that math feel sharper than ever. Flickers on screen Rhymir at 20, standing beside a rust-red sedan peppered with bullet holes. They tried to scare me off, he says, voice steady, but eyes blazing. But I'm still here.
He has been through some trauma and some of with Roc Nation, with Desiree Perez, with other individuals.
You got these lawyers that just frauding and pit anything they doing, anything they want basically in the courtroom, and the judges is just allowing this.
That car tells a story of its own, Rhymir claims. Someone opened fire weeks after he refiled the civil suit Jay's lawyers once defeated on a technicality. Streets talk. Influence can warp a courtroom, but silencing a young man's quest for the truth, that requires intimidation money can't always hide. Yet the plot thickens because every giant casts a long shadow. Enter Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, gleefully fanning the flames with meme-ready jabs that push the hashtag JayZ Paternity higher every hour. Then Nicki Minaj drops in her repost of 50's Shade Splinter's timelines, which calls ROC Nations. Tactics, sabotage, accusing executives of going after her family, her platforms, her bag. Her words feel less like gossip, more like reconnaissance. If the industry's elite are leaning into this scandal, maybe they've sniffed smoke, chasing a hidden fire. Desiree Perez, ROC Nation's CEO, is suddenly name-checked everywhere. Estranged daughter, Dre Hadley, surfaces with claims of mental institution, coercion, and intimidations. Stories, eerily similar to Rhymir's. The pattern is chilling. People who tug too hard at threads, connected to JayZ's circle, end up stitched into silence. In one original clip, Dre leans into a podcast mic, voice trembling yet fierce. They thought locking me away would keep me quiet, she says. But you can't bury the truth. It grows roots. The audience feels the hush that follows that.
Beyonce thing came when a friend of mine who knew her, somebody in her camp,
Okay.
and she said something supposedly, this is all hearsay,
Okay.
about regarding saying Rhymir needs to go away little boy, something to that effect. There was something out there
Right.
with the song they made. And then next thing I know, somebody was at my property. Somebody came to my property in the evening time and had a conversation about trying to get in through the back.
Pause where disbelief mutates into possibility. JayZ's legal team engineered a fortress out of jurisdictional riddles. He never lived in New Jersey, they argued, so no court there could compel his DNA. But Rhymir flips open a hardback memoir by Tina Knowles, Beyonce's mom, where she offhandedly mentions Jay owning Jersey property. One throwaway fact cracks stone. Suddenly, the rapper's domicile defense looks flimsy. A judge waves the case forward, and for the first time in years, The stopwatch on Carter's refusal starts ticking loud enough to drown out PR spin. Beneath the courtroom chess, a human question pulses. What does Rhymir actually want? He repeats it every interview. No money, no song deals, just the truth. He talks about corrupt judges who placed illegal liens on his family's home, about legal fees that gutted his mother's savings. He wants transparency, a chance to prove courts protect the powerful while crushing kids who dare speak up. In one street corner smartphone recording, he stands beneath a flickering lamppost. Snow swirling. If you're not my father, say it under oath, then take the test. Those words hang like breath in winter air, visible, undeniable. The stakes stretch far past child support. If Wanda's age holds, the alleged encounter straddles statutory lines cross-state. Transportation of a minor for illicit acts invites legal storms, even tightens fear. The empire JayZ built championship art, feels, billion-dollar ventures, breakfast at the Louvre could wobble under the weight of
these lawyers that just frauding and pitting anything they doing, anything they want basically in the courtroom, and the judges is just allowing this to go on. I honestly believe that both of them should be hold it responsible for this, because you guys, this is you guys' job, and if the judge can't see this or overlook it, I can understand a mistake, but just throughout the years, this continue to overlook fraud it's just craziness to me. Like, come on, it's right there in your face. If you can't see that, then I don't know what else we can do to help you guys believe that it's something crazy going on with this case. Honestly, I just want everybody in the world just to keep their eyes open and just watch things that happen, that just like how things unfold, because it's crazy. It really is crazy. These judges, these lawyers, this fraud, collusion, who knows what it's for, money or friendships or whatever they got going on. But I can honestly say that we should never go in the courtroom feeling like we're already the victims and we did nothing.
Single DNA swab. Reputation is currency. One drop of scandal can send stock plummeting in boardrooms from Silicon Valley to Wall Street. Nicki Minaj senses leverage and presses. She claims social platforms shadow ban her fan pages, blames silent hands tied to Carter's empire. She even says he owes her money and unpaid debt wrapped in old contracts. Each tweet adds another brick to a mounting wall of public skepticism. Meanwhile, 50 Cent posts a photoshopped baby picture wearing a Roc Nation hat. His caption, "Baby Hav, outside's looking crazy." Millions laugh, but JayZ's silence hammers louder than their jokes. Industry whispers keep spiraling. Rumors resurface of an even darker secret. A morally twisted transportation ring links some site to Rhymir's conception. Nothing proven, everything alleged, but conspiracy magnetizes clicks. Viewers watch because every new accusation feels like a breadcrumb in a labyrinth, maybe leading nowhere. Maybe to a minotaur. One independent journalist uploads drone footage of JayZ's rumored New Jersey townhouse, boarded windows glowing. Gold at dusk, chest implication, evidence of presence where none was admitted. Cut 2, Beyonce usually silent about her husband's controversies. Stories hint she's quietly pushing to bury the case, similar to claims by Rhymir's godmother years ago. Midway through the script, a grainy clip.
She has been through some trauma, and some of with Roc Nation, with Desiree Perez, with other individuals. What I can say about that is I've witnessed and heard a lot of things. Again, it's hearsay, right? So it doesn't even matter. And that's why I'm not even going to go into detail with that. If I have the opportunity to speak with Nicki, would love to connect with her on that. But I've kind of seen, just like you firsthand, how they've they've abused of her platform, they abused her talents, they've abused of her freedom of speech, they've abused her family, they've attacked her husband, they've attacked her child. And it's sad. It's really sad. Somebody so resourceful, talented, high profile as Nicki Minaj being targeted. It should really scare the American people. It should really scare you guys too, right? Because I'm the daughter. So it's like, at this point, if it's happening to me, I think she's really outspoken, and I'm grateful that she's being outspoken on it, because I think she's almost seeing it like, well, it happened to me, it's happening to her, let me speak up on it. Nobody is safe right now. And she's fed up. I think she's fed up because she's been through a lot.
Slips an anonymous insider, voice modulated. The Queen's concerned a paternity dragout could overshadow her next film launch. The viewer's mind races. If Beyonce, the paradigm of control, can't contain this, maybe something seismic is brewing. Aligo. Chime in. One notes JayZ's rapid-fire response to false trafficking rumors in 2023. He sued, won, and broadcast victory. So why freeze when Rhymir asks for a swab? The analyst's clip runs 10 seconds. Silence here isn't strategy, it's signal. Audience eyes widen. Cognitive dissonance spikes retention. Time is the ultimate antagonist. July 18th looms like a guillotine against hush money scaffolding. News tickers flash countdowns. Social feeds churn, side-by-side gifs of an hourglass and JayZ's iconic ROCO fella chain. Viewers imagine him pacing penthouse floors, lawyers dialing crisis management gurus, the empire's concrete walls sweating under fluorescent light. Every day without a response becomes a headline silence, metastasizing into suspicion. And then there's the moral ledger. If JayZ is the father, the ripple extends to Blue Ivy, Rumi, Sir children born into platinum privilege, but potentially sharing blood with a man who grew up fighting for groceries. How does that revision rewrite the Carter brand of generational wealth? Will fans chant lyrics differently knowing chapters once redacted? Rhymir supporters surge thousands sign? Digital petitions demanding the DNA test. Celebrities, small, loud, hungry for clout, join the dog pile. Some call it justice, some call it opportunism. Either way, momentum shifts. One final iPhone clip rolls Rhymir's silhouette against sunrise on a Philly rooftop. Whatever happens, he says softly, the truth rises with the sun. 14 words, but they land like a drumline before dawn. Court clerks sharpen pencils. Journalists jostle for pre-spit passes. Viewers click, rewind, comment theories like detectives on caffeine. And somewhere in a glass pane office, JayZ decides whether the cost of an answer is heavier than the price of silence. Because if it's all a lie, why not prove it tomorrow? But if it's real, if a 16-year-old girl's memory matches DNA, then the king of New York may be forced to redraw his entire legacy. One cotton swab at a time. Ask ChatGPT.